Who really are the violent ones in US politics? Let's not talk about perceptions, let's talk about facts. Assassinations and attempted assassinations of presidents. 4 presidents were assassinated. Abraham Lincoln in 1865 at the hands of John Wilkes Booth, a Confederate Democratic sympathizer who hated the abolition of slavery. James Garfield died in 1881, but his killer had no clear ideology. William McKinley in 1901 was shot by a socialist anarchist. And John F. Kennedy fell in 1963 under the bullets of Lee Harvey Oswald, a communist with ties to the USSR and sympathies for Fidel Castro. In the most serious attempts, the victims were, again, Republicans. Ronald Reagan in 1981 was shot and wounded. Donald Trump in 2024 miraculously survived a gunshot at a rally. Gerald Ford suffered 2 attempts in 1975 by left-wing extremists. And Harry Truman in 1950 was attacked by independence fighters pro-Cuba. The reality is stark. In 200 years, about 80% of the most serious political attacks in the United States came from the left or the historic Democratic Party. Barely 20% were personal cases, and none of them were the work of the right or conservative movements. And at the global level, the pattern is repeated. Communism, socialism, Castroism, Chavismo, Maoism, and even Nazism and Francoism, which, although they call them right, were collectivist and statist regimes, that is, of the authoritarian left. Result? More than 90% of the crimes and political assassinations in modern history have come from the left. The right, 0%. Today we remember him with pain. Charlie Kirk was assassinated for daring to build bridges, seek understanding between 2 sides, and defend unity. His only crime was being a patriot. Rest in peace, Charlie. Soon I will give you a video in tribute to Charlie Kirk and his many achievements in favor of unity and understanding of the American people. The United States used to be a country where declaring oneself a communist or socialist was not a crime on the books, but it was seen as treason and a threat. Americans knew what this macabre ideology represented, and that is why they rejected it in schools, universities, the media, and in politics. Today, however, those same spaces are dominated by the left, and that is the real danger. Today, however, those same spaces are dominated by the left, and that is the real danger. The question is, what has to happen for Americans to remember and finally open your eyes?